Today's Thursday, February the 11th. Not a lot happened today. The McClellan oscillator dropped more towards the neutral line. It's now at 69 with a prior of 113. The excuse me, the S&P just maintained where it was yesterday. The volatility index dropped a little bit. No fear out there. Apple just giving us a bit of a channel. Square, big move in Square, broke the 150 and then pulled back a little bit. This is a great stock. It's really performing. Now my 240 short calls, which were I've been rolling for such a long time, are finally going to get taken away, as are the 242.5, because the stock has just moved. I mean, there's Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Look at this move just this week. Brutal bear of a move. Now that's a gap in there that we'll have to eventually mark and fill in. And NIO, let's go back to NIO on the daily. And NIO pulled back, still in this flag, has not broken out of it, but still has managed to maintain being above this channel. From a Fibonacci point of view, I mean, this stock is still going to 69.79. It's just going to take time. I rolled my 63 shorts 2 weeks out and collected about another $2.90. Plug, I rolled my plug 70 calls. Those I rolled out to the 26 and picked up that $2. My NIO calls I rolled out just to next week and picked up $1.53. But plug here, let's go back to a daily now. Plug has pulled back a little bit. This is a gap that we, in essence, could call filled. There's just a little bit that hasn't been filled here. Because we almost had a bounce off of there today, I'm going to consider that gap filled, but I'll just leave it for a little bit longer. RKT, I'm going to stop looking at this stock now. It tried to do something and then it just pulled back and it's just not doing anything. Home Depot has been interesting pattern here. I bet you there's a Gartley in there somewhere. Let's just take a look. Let's do an auto harmonic and let's see one in here. And there is none there. Down here, up to here, I wonder. Sometimes the Gartley maker needs to be helped along. Let's just try this. Nothing there either. Okay, no Gartley pattern. Caterpillar, channeling, still being rejected by the 178.6. Fibonacci's are certainly the way to go. I hope you're getting, this is a takeaway from what I've been saying, Fibonacci's. And on the daily basis, if you're trading during the day, Zach was asking that question, the Fibonacci's using the previous day's highs and lows. Let's just draw that out here. Let's go take the S&P. Could you do the S&P or the SPY? Let's just do a 5-minute. Let's pop that open in motive wave. Let's take a Fibonacci on the high of yesterday, which was right here. Come on, Fibonacci. Right here down to there. So there was your Fibonacci's for yesterday's high and low. Let's see how well they behave today for day traders. Now, this is the opening 15 minutes. You see, there's the high of 15 minutes. Then we came down and struggled. And so let's move that out of there. And let's just take a look. Let's open this up. And let's take a look at just the Fibonacci's and the, take that out of there. The Fibonacci's, let's take the cloud out too. Cloud is always a good thing to play with as well, if you're trading, of course. But nothing beats the Woody's pivots. Look at this. Here's your support 1. It went up to, didn't make R1, made its high at 915, came down to support 1. So if you were going short, you could have gotten out at support 1. It went right through the pivot, did stop at the pivot, came up to almost the 78. Let's see, which one are we looking at? Let's move this one out of here. This is the one we want to take a look at, just yesterday's. So the 88.7 worked, the 78.6 certainly would have gotten you out of the trade. It went a little bit higher, but it's a good place to sell because we did go back down to the 61.8. You could have gotten back in there again and moved up. Didn't quite make the 78.6, but it did come down to the 23.6, then just barely touched support 2, then moved up to the 50%, and then the rest of the day it just did its thing. But the S&P raced a little bit higher at the end of the day. Now, I was reading and I tweeted on Sentiment Trader that the end of the day is when the big guys trade. And you can tell what the sentiment is by what happens in the last hour. So if we look at another stock like NIO, what happened to NIO in the last 5 minutes? Well, last hour. Well, it dropped. Let's just look at the 1 hour. And let's open this up. What did NIO do in the last hour? It dropped. What did Plug do in the last hour? Just channeled. Square pulled back a little bit from where? From resistance 2. And the S&P closed a little bit higher. So with the McClellan oscillator starting to flirt with the neutral line and the S&P not making a new high. Let's take this Fibonacci out of here now and look a little bit more. We got this low. We can just expect another day like today where we're down a little bit and the McClellan oscillator works its way back down to the neutral line, and then we will hope to see a bounce into next week.